Well, listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
Here's the thing. When you don't have anything important to say, you just keep talking without a clear point. That's exactly what happens on The View Star. Most Americans don't agree with them, but they're too out of touch to realize it. Maybe they should start listening to independent media instead. For years, Whoopi Goldberg ruled The View cutting off guests, dismissing different opinions, and acting like her views were the absolute truth. But in a shocking moment, her control over the show completely fell apart, thanks to Karoline Leavitt. No one saw it coming. The episode started like any other, smug laughs, eye rolls, and the panel agreeing with everything that fit their usual left-leaning agenda. But then, something unexpected happened that changed everything.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Whoopi, as confident as ever, leaned back, ready to steer the conversation like she always does. Then, the topic of wokeness came up, a term The View treats like a sacred belief, something they defend at all costs. And honestly, it pretty much is. Feeling in control, Whoopi took the first shot. With her usual smirk, she pointed at Karoline and said, without wokeness, you wouldn't even have this job. And just like that, bam, the energy in the room changed. The audience went quiet, and even Joy Behar, who's made a career out of mocking conservatives, shifted uncomfortably in her chair.
I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
What Whoopi said next was exactly what you'd expect, predictable and frustrating. After all her years as a host, you'd think she'd come up with something fresh, but nope, same old script. Let's see what she throws out this time.
In a statement afterwards, this young lady claimed her, quote, on-air snub proves that you-know-who will not be treated fairly in the upcoming debate. Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more of the same of, everybody's against me, it's all rigged, I tell you? Is everything rigged?
No, it's their MO. That's what they do. Rachel Maddow said last week, she's like, if the election is lost, it was rigged. If there's a debate, then the moderators are probably biased, and they're prejudiced against.
The tension in the room was undeniable. Everyone could feel it, but no one was ready for what was about to happen next. Whoopi had just taken a direct shot at Karoline Leavitt, belittling her career, intelligence, and hard work as nothing more than a product of the ideology she opposed. It was condescending and dismissive, yet the audience clapped along like it was routine. Some even chuckled. But beneath the surface, there was an unease, an unspoken realization that Whoopi had crossed a line. Karoline, however, didn't react the way Whoopi expected. She didn't get defensive. She didn't fumble for a comeback. Instead, she simply smiled, slow and confident. A smile that said, you just made a huge mistake. It wasn't arrogance. It was the kind of calm that comes from knowing you have the facts on your side. And then, with precise, undeniable clarity, she flipped the entire conversation. Karoline didn't rely on opinions or vague arguments. She came with hard numbers, breaking down exactly how taxpayer dollars were being funneled into woke programs. From gender studies in Guatemala to Sesame Street spin-offs designed to spread American social activism abroad, she exposed the absurdity of it all. Piece by piece, she laid it all out, showing how wokeness had evolved from a social movement into a tool for control, used to silence and punish those who questioned it. And Whoopi, she wasn't laughing anymore. By the way, if you're enjoying this takedown, don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're just getting started.
And disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world.
Karoline's confidence was undeniable. She wasn't just speaking. She was dismantling the very narrative The View thrives on. And yet, instead of engaging in an honest discussion or supporting another woman's success, the hosts chose mockery. It was telling, a clear sign of their true agenda. But Karoline wasn't fazed. If anything, she seemed even more prepared. She wasn't there to play their game, she was there to expose the truth. And judging by the look on Whoopi's face, she was succeeding.
You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and all of this other BS.
Karoline had flipped the script. The woman who spent years controlling conversations and shutting down opposing views was now struggling to find the words. Whoopi shifted uncomfortably, her usual confidence slipping. She was used to guests stumbling, unsure of how to respond. But this time, the silence spoke louder than any argument. The audience, normally quick to cheer her on, sat frozen. Even the camera crew seemed unsure, should they zoom in on Whoopi's stunned face or cut to commercial? Meanwhile, Karoline remained calm, effortlessly exposing the contradiction. If wokeness is about inclusion, why do conservative women get attacked for speaking their minds? Desperate to break the tension, Joy Behar forced out a nervous joke, but it was too late. The moment had already shifted. For the first time ever, Whoopi Goldberg had lost control on live TV.
Well, listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on. Right. That's what you hear. Yeah. When they don't have anything to hold you with, nothing to make you think about what they have to say.
Watching her can be frustrating because her arguments often come off as childish and dismissive, especially when she's faced with facts she can't easily refute. It makes you wonder how she still has such a large following. Maybe it's just because she's been a fixture on daytime TV for so long, but at this point, you'd think they'd bring in someone who could actually encourage real, meaningful discussions. It's honestly baffling.
They talk at you, not to you, and that's what she was doing, and she was doing it, and it's not new.
No.
But everybody's hip to you all now.
Yeah.
And we are anticipating that you are not prepared. Because you keep saying you going and you preparing when you're on the trail.
And the internet. Oh, it went absolutely wild. Memes, reaction clips, and non-stop commentary flooded social media within minutes. Whoopi's shocked expression was everywhere, replayed over and over. But here's where things get even crazier. This wasn't the first time Whoopi found herself in trouble for her off-the-cuff remarks. Over the years, The View has become a magnet for controversy, dragging ABC into one legal issue after another. From her controversial comments about the Holocaust to her strange defenses of questionable figures, Whoopi has been at the center of some of the show's biggest scandals. But nothing has hurt ABC more than the recent wave of defamation lawsuits. First, it was Carrie Underwood, then Elon Musk, and now Karoline Leavitt. Each lawsuit stacking up, making it impossible for ABC to ignore the mounting costs of Whoopi's unchecked commentary. And this time, Whoopi had no one else to blame. Let's talk about Carrie Underwood. After performing at Trump's second inauguration, Whoopi and her co-hosts went after her relentlessly, not just criticizing the performance, but launching personal attacks. They mocked her, claimed she had destroyed her career, and even suggested she was siding with hate. It was a brutal takedown, and they assumed Carrie would just stay quiet. But Carrie did something no one expected. Instead of a vague statement or cryptic tweet, she took legal action, filing $1 billion defamation lawsuit against The View and when the case finally reached court, something explosive came to light, something that not even Whoopi saw coming.
Saw live on this program yesterday. Joy Behar stirring the pot of controversy after saying this about Karoline.
She's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Do you want to take this?
No, you cannot be attractive and smart.
It's a nice change to see someone break away from The View's usual routine. Watching someone stand their ground with real facts feels like a win, especially when the usual voices start to stumble. It's refreshing to hear a different perspective without the same old script.
She didn't see that briefing, because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
Karoline has achieved a lot, and it's great to see her getting the recognition she deserves. Meanwhile, Whoopi's impact seems harder to define these days. She started strong in acting, but lately, she's been more known for stirring controversy than meaningful discussions. Her role on The View feels more like it's based on seniority rather than any real contributions she's making now.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Karoline Leavitt before she made that remark. Because Karoline Leavitt she went to St. Anselm College, she worked for WM.
Leaked emails exposed that ABC had planned the attack on Carrie Underwood to boost ratings. It wasn't just an offhand remark. It was a deliberate smear campaign designed to create controversy and keep The View in the spotlight. When the truth came out, it sent shockwaves through the industry.
She lost by 8 or 9 points, but she still put on a good campaign. Then she was the press secretary for the Trump campaign, going on TV literally every day.
Well, heavily pregnant and a new mom.
Yeah, she's a new mother. And then she goes out yesterday and gives an...
Karoline isn't backing down, and that's what makes this moment so powerful. While Whoopi keeps repeating the same tired arguments, Karoline is standing firm, armed with facts and confidence. She's not just holding her ground, she's completely turning the conversation around. It's refreshing to see someone push back and challenge the usual narrative.
At all. And she went out there for her very first briefing at the age of 27 years old, the youngest press secretary ever, and did a terrific job.
That would be a huge shift for The View Whoopi has been a dominant force on the show for so long that her exit, especially under these circumstances, would leave a massive gap. If ABC truly wants to salvage the show, they might have to rethink their entire approach. Do you think they'll replace her with someone just as outspoken? Or could this be a chance for a real change in tone?
Yeah. I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here. Oh, yeah. Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job. Yeah. Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation.